because they're flat and easy to nail. Hey, didn't see you standing there. You remember Danny. I'm Phil from Cooking with Food with Phil. Today, well, we're getting ready for Miss Landon's preschool talent show. We're the openers. Should be fun. I look forward to it. But since you're here, might as well get Danny to introduce the mystery ingredient for today. So, Danny, what are our mystery ingredients? That's right. Gelatin and pudding.
Some people cook with fire, other people cook with gas. Some people cook with a microwave, and I'm pretty sure that I can do that. So let's open up the fridge. Let's take a spin on the wheel. Now we're cooking with food, let's make a meal. Now we're cooking with food with Phil.
Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Cooking with Food with Phil. I'm your host Phil, and today we're going to take a hard, rock-solid, unflinching look at gelatin. Now I know what you're thinking, gelatin? Even a monkey could do that, but that's not true because monkeys can't read, and the directions are on the box. Now there's a boatload of brands and recipes for this stuff, but today we're going to be using the most dangerous and affordable of cookbooks, my imagination. We're going to need some soda water. Club soda or seltzer water works just fine. Need a turkey baster. Any sort of phallic instrument will do if you don't have a funnel. Some of the lemon juice, the squeezable kind. Whisk. Whisks are very important. Need those. Spoon, wooden. Some cups, plastic cups. Some fancier plastic cups. Some bananas. If you're feeling as adventurous as I am, you're going to need a lot of lubricant for said bananas. Gelatin products, those are important. We're going to need some pudding products. These need milk, remember that, because you're going to need to get some milk. You're going to need a few more milks than it says on the label too. If you don't have any skim milk, you can use a tablespoon of whole milk and mix it with a cup of water. Always have extra when it comes to powdered substances. Some skewers or toothpicks, either one should work just fine. Some sort of a bowl, and of course, a hammer. We're also going to need a lot of patience because they say a washed pot never boils and a warm kitten never freezes. But we're going to need to boil water in order to mix the gelatin, and we're going to need to refrigerate it in order to have it set. To best understand gelatin, we must first learn where it comes from. Much of what we know is due to the hard-edged marketing campaign funded by Jeremy Dickerson III in the 1870s. Had his frequenting of sanitariums, hospitals, and pension for young boys not panned out, this treat for the enfeebled would have taken far longer to grow in popularity, let alone public acceptance. We're putting the wheel of food aside for this episode and just selecting things that we know work well with our gut, like vanilla and chocolate, lime, strawberry, bananas, things like that. For the lime gelatin to get a tang to it, we're going to use soda water instead of regular water for the second half, but it's important that you use regular water when you boil it. For 1 cup of boiling water, and 1 cup of soda water. Once you add your seltzer water, watch out, 'cause it's awesome. Look at that, yeah. Unlike the stains in my room, Jello stains are easy to see without a black light. So I would recommend wearing either dark clothing, something you don't mind bleaching, or just being very careful when you stir. We're going to pour it into these cups. Now we're going to take the strawberry, mix that in. Then we add our water. Some people like to use tonic water. I don't think it mixes nearly as well as regular water does, but yeah, to each his own. A lot of people think that gelatin products are actually made from horse hose, but that's a myth. It's made from horse skin. Peel your banana. Then you want to take your pieces and use one of these fancy little skewers. The way I do it is I alternate between one side and the other. One through there, one through there. The tricky part is, of course, getting them to go in there without falling all over the place. Wow. You can pick up lemons from most grocery stores. They're in the fruit aisle, and they're easy enough to come by. You want to take it, give it a nice chop right down the middle, just like that. Then you have some lemon and lime you can add separately. In fact, I think we should add a little bit more lemon flavor to our lime. You want to use about a pinch, and remember, a pinch is half of a dash, or twice a smidgen. Chop up the bits and then separate the membranes out before you put them in with the rest of the Jello. Be careful not to chop off your fingers. You'll need those for later. Last but not least is the pudding surprise, where we make vanilla pudding ice cubes and submerge the little guys inside chocolate, surprising any unknowing guest with a false belief of superior preparatory aptitude. When mixing the pudding, take 1/4 cup half and half, a full cup of 2%, half cup of vitamin D, and 1 more 1/4 cup of skim milk. Mix them together separately, and you'll have 2 cups of 1/2 1/4, which, when mixed with a packet of pudding, should yield sufficient enough volume after beating for an entire tray of ice cubes. These are vanilla pudding cubes. I know they don't look like vanilla, but they taste like vanilla, and that's what's important. Once you have your gelatin pudding ice cube things, put them in a fancy glass. Fill the rest of the fancy glass with pudding. And then don't tell anybody that there's vanilla inside. It's gonna be awesome. Let's try these puppies, see how they taste. Don't forget to remove the saran wrap. Looks like the banana's got a little black, but that's all right. Remove these, you don't want to chew on them. That didn't work out as well as I had hoped. Maybe this one will do it. Oh, that's almost cool. How does it taste? Not very good. Doesn't look very good either. Let's try these and not flip them upside down. Just remember to shake it up about 1.5 hours after it's been put in the fridge and saran wrap on top so it doesn't go everywhere. This doesn't look half bad. In fact, this might be pretty decent. This is damn good. I think you could actually surprise people at a party if you served it. One last word of advice. And by word I mean sentence, since who can actually say one word and have it constitute advice at all? It'd be more of a command really. But anyway, never put frozen pudding cubes inside of Jello. It might seem like a good idea, like wearing your baggy pants without a belt, but just like that, it's tasteless, and girls will laugh at you. And that way, your little soldiers won't make it out of the banana. There we go.